Hello everybody, Mike and Moose here, and today we're starting the 148th Hasegawa Zero build, focusing on the cockpit detail and the fuselage fit. Next on Modeling with Mike. Okay, everybody, welcome back to the bench, and you're gonna hear Moosey. He's playing with his new toy and moaning and groaning every second of it. I don't know why, but but you'll hear him anyway. So let's go on. Ready to build the cockpit and the fuselage, and for this we'll need a pair of snips. We have decals to put on, so we're going to need some scissors. Our handy sanding stick to clean up the parts. For small parts we need tweezers, and of course my extra thin. And before we get started here, I just want to take some time to let you know that it's official. I am now collaborating with Gallery Airbrush Company. They offer everything you need, from paints to airbrushes, spray booths, air compressors, airbrush holders, anything you need for paints and airbrushing. Go to their website. If you use the code MYMIKE, you'll get 10% off your purchase. And that begins today, folks, so go ahead and get you something from Gallery, save some money. And also I will put a link directly to their website, and I'll put that code in the both the channel description and the video description from now on. Alright, so let's get started here. First thing we need is part E8. That will be our cockpit floor. I went ahead before the video and painted everything so that we had it ready for the build. So we'll clean that off. Okay, let's take the seat. We have the seat out here somewhere. Here we go. Put the seat in. Goes in here like this. Always test fit. That goes in there like a glove. So let's get out our my extra thin. Put a little bit around the receiving point and the seat, and we will put the seat on. Yes, come on now. Excellent. Fits like a glove. There you have the seat on. Nice. Let's go with the rear bulkhead. There we go. We'll clean it up here. Now this fits into the back like so. Excellent. Excellent. We will go ahead. Put some extra thin on that. Thin in the slot. In there like so. There we got a nice 90-degree fit. There's how it's looking so far. Looking good. Looking good. Let's put all these little things in here. 126 E38 seat adjustment lever. Okay, go. Clean that off. And that, there should be a slot for it. We can fit it in here before we put it on there. Yes, nice. Nice. Perfect. This is fitting together like a glove. This goes in here on the side like that, and it fits in perfectly right there. And then this we'll put some more cement on here because we had to pull it out. This time we'll put some cement on both sides and on the bottom here and glue that into there. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh man, I'm not gonna get all hyper about it yet. E39, the control stick, which is right here. One thing, folks, I'm gonna do differently on this build that I didn't do on the ZR1 build, the Corvette, is I'm going to take my time building it. Don't care how long the video is, really don't care, but I will take my time on the build. I'm not gonna rush things. There we go, I think. Oh, okay, I see. Let's see, there it is. Perfect, okay. This on, that goes in there. Nice. It's already starting to come together. We need pedals, the rudder pedal, which is E1. And that's up here, yes. And we'll take this off. This goes into the square in the front. Now, it's a good time to use the tweezers. See how this fits in here? Well, these go in here. Okay, perfect. Okay, great. Now just here's the rudder pedals glued in. So, here's what we got so far, folks. Coming together nicely. We need the instrument panel and the 7.7 millimeter machine gun. Get the instrument panel off. We're gonna need our decals. Clean that off. Clean it off down here. Okay, now we're gonna need 18, 19, 20, 22, and 23. Okay, about ready to cut them off with my side cutters. Oh my Lord. Okay, so we will put these bad boys on. Number 18, right in on the side here. Okay, put them in the water for 60 seconds. All right, I got fresh water before this, so it might not be warm enough. Might not. Okay, there it goes. Put it on there. Nice, nice. Okay. Now I am going to stop the recording and put the rest of these decals on, and I will show you these when I'm done. I'll be right back. And welcome back. I got every decal on there, and there is your instrument panel, fully decaled. We're going to put the sight, the gun sight on there, on here like that. Okay, so we'll put some extra thin on there. Need to put our gun, 7.7 millimeter machine guns. E34 on the left, and that on, fit down there like that. Goes on there. So, on the left side, straighten the other side. E35 goes on the right. E35, calm down, Lucy. We will test fit this into place. We'll put some Maya extra thin down on here. Whoopsie. Okay, let's get this set here. My, being a pain. There we go. Now we got this the wrong way, so I gotta turn this around. There we go. Got both our guns on there. Yes. They're nice and straight. You're being a pain. Let's put some more to my extra thin in there. Gun in. Boom. Hey, there we go. There's our instrument panel with the guns in and the sight. So this goes right in here in this hole in front. Good test fit here. Nice. Next more. This goes in like so. There we go. Now need E14 and right here. And E2. All right, so far so good. You're almost done with this. Okay, E2, this inside slot, which is right down here. Nice. Okay, and in there, and we'll get this all cemented up, ready to roll. Fits in there, like so. There we have that side. And this is gonna go, we have this facing this way, here like so. Okay, put some extra thin down around here, down around there. Put this, oopsie, sure that's in there. This goes in here like so, side in. There we go, nice. Now we'll do the same to the other side, and we'll move on to the fuselage. And this off. This is just coming out. I'm happy. I'm happy with the build so far. Excellent, excellent little kit. Love it. Go on that side. Our cockpit is done. Nice little cocoon in there. Now, let's move on to the fuselage, and we'll end this video. First of all, put J1. Let's see, which one's one? Okay, here's one. All right, let's get it cleaned up here. Right here, just a little bit, little nubbin there, little nubbin there. We will get this cleaned up. All right, our cockpit, it's right in like that, like so. That's how it fits. Loving it. It's everything's going together where it's supposed to. Loving it. Something like that. This fits in there. Oopsie, oopsie. Like so. We'll leave it set in there. And we'll get out part number J2. Alright, clean this off. And we will put these two, test fit these together. All right, always make sure you get gates cleaned up here. Let's see how this fits together before we glue it. Before we put glue on the inside, we're gonna get this to fit together, and bingo bango, it looks good. Gonna have a little, looks like we're gonna have a little bit of filler to do here, but that shouldn't be too bad. What we're gonna do first is we're gonna get some glue in these parts here where the cockpit rests against it. Actually, we can do that after it's together. Here we go. I'm gonna deliberately put some glue on our vertical stabilizer area. Here we go. I'll redo this up here. Okay, here we go. Put that back on there. All right, put our Tamiya extra thin along the seams here and let it do its thing. Like I said, I have a gap up here. Let me put it down there, up along here on the bottom. We are going to have to fill this bad boy because there is a definite seam. Put some more Tamiya extra thin on there. Some along in here. Put that together. Let that go together. Yes, so get some clamps. Clamp this together here. Bad boy in there like so. Put some extra thin right in there. In there. In there. Yes. Right along in there, along in there. Let that cockpit just rest in there nicely. Get another. There we go. Now we have J6 and two J11s, and we'll be done. Here's J6. We'll have two J11s. It'll fit right inside J6. Nice. Two guns inside of J6, which will go right in there. Nice. Let's put some Tamiya extra thin on here. We're almost done with this first part of the build. And there we go, folks. Right there is your cockpit and your fuselage put together. Part 1 and part 2. And we gotta leave this here to dry. I'll come back later and clean it up. Put a little putty on it. That'll all be off camera, and sand it down and stuff like that. So let's see here. Getting near the end here. So that's our first part of the build. So drop me a comment with your favorite cockpit aligning trick, and like the video if you're building along, and subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. The next video, we're going to be part 2. We're going to build the engine, and let's see, the engine and the exhaust manifold on the cowling, and the main wing assembly. And if we have time, we're going to install everything. So don't miss that. So remember, I am now collaborating with Gallery Airbrush Company. Go to Gallery for all your airbrush needs, from spray booths all the way down to the paint. They just came out with a new water-based acrylic that, from what I hear, is it's like the bee's knees. So hopefully I'm going to get some of those that I can review on the channel after this build is over. So don't forget about that, and go on there, and if you buy something, put in the code MW Mike. That's MW for modeling with, and then Mike, MW Mike, to get 10% off. So don't forget about that, and I'll put a link to their website on the video description. Don't forget about the Facebook group, Frugal Scale Modeler. I'll leave a link to that in the video description. Just go to the main page and answer 3 questions, agree to the rules, and once I check those out, which will take about 5 seconds, I'll send you a message that says, welcome to the group, you're free to join. So don't forget about that, the Frugal Scale Modeler group. So that's all I got for now. Until next time, you know what we always say around here: never stop pushing your modeling boundaries. Until next time, bye-bye.